Good morning and welcome to Our Issues Milwaukee. I'm your host, Andrea Williams. Our focus this morning is on local heroes. A hero or heroine is defined as a person who is in the face of danger, combats adversity through feats of courage and strength. My first guest is here to tell us about the Marcus Performing Arts Center's Heroes Day, happening on Sunday, August 22nd. Jacqueline Zeledon serves as the communication manager for Milwaukee County Transit System, and we're also being joined by Tyrone Randall, who is a longtime employee at MCTS. He's a platform instructor that will be one of 2 bus operators honored on Heroes Day. How are you?
We're good. We're good.
Happy to have both of you join us today. And for many years, the Marcus Performing Arts Center has held a Flag Day celebration that honors veterans in our community. And they have actually taken things one step further with this Heroes Day. This event is really set up for everyone in the community to come out and really find out about some great people who have done outstanding things specifically during this pandemic. Tell us more about it.
Why, certainly, yes. I'm part of the planning committee for Heroes Day, and it came out, as you said, as an expansion of its annual Flag Day celebration. And so what the community outreach team wanted to do at the Marcus Performing Arts Center was to recognize all the women and men, our frontline workers, our heroes at MCTS, police officers, fire department, or firefighters, hospital healthcare workers, to recognize all of them, as well as our military and veterans for all the work they've done for not just the past year, but just period. But we know that last year was a really trying year with dealing with the pandemic, and thanks to those individuals, we were able to keep this community literally moving and make people able to do things such as, get to work, get to school, be able to access health care that they needed. So we just wanted to take a moment to give them their time in the sun. And I think it's going to be nice and sunny Sunday.
Yes, and I think this is a great idea because a lot of times we talk about those frontline workers, but to actually have a program that's dedicated to them really is special. As I said, it's on Sunday, August 22nd from noon till 5 p.m. and it's right there on the grounds of the Marcus Performing Arts Center, which is 929 North Water Street. So it is absolutely free and open to the public. Is there anything specific that people would need to do in order to attend this free event?
Well, for starters, we're inviting frontline employees. So for anyone who's watching your show, they are invited. If they were someone who worked in the pharmacy, worked in a hospital as a healthcare, or even I would say a nursing home, but some type of healthcare system. Our bus operators and mechanics and our cleaners, tankers, they're all invited, as well as nurses, our police officers, firefighters, paramedics, and of course our active military, if they're home on leave or maybe they're part of the reserve, they're invited to come down, as well as our men and women who have served in the past and from the military.
Yeah, so needless to say, this pandemic has affected businesses, corporations, and employees on so many different levels, and we're still dealing with the byproducts of the pandemic. But a lot of times we saw people have the opportunity to stay at home and get work done and kind of refigure how to get their job done successfully. But of course, you have those jobs like many of the drivers for MCTS who had to continue to report to work every single day to make sure they serve that public that really depends on them. So Tyrone, talk about what it was like for you to, continue to get up to go to work through this pandemic. And then with you being an instructor, you teach other new drivers how to take on the routes, how to drive the new buses. What is it you tell them about the dedication that you must have for this job?
Well, by first, Andrea, I'd like to say that even during the pandemic, we were all going through things together. It brought us together as, if you want to say, from an operator, instructor, and customer service standpoint. Just being able to realize that it's just not also like myself going through the pandemic, but the ridership as well. And also, as far as instructing and like teaching the new students, we always teach that safety is important. We always teach customer service is important as well. And we also just knowing that we're all in this together, that we must just realize that, you know, things are what they are. We just have to, as far as getting up and going to work, it's a must. Considering my job, we have to be at work. It's a must, because if I don't show up for work, the buses don't go out, as well as my other coworkers. It's very important that we show up for work, even during the pandemic. But we were using the safety precautions as far as only letting a certain amount of riders on the bus. So and we all were masked up, even myself. And so we did follow the proper protocols that MCTS requires as far as ridership and as far as safety and as far as customer service.
Yeah, and there were so many people, like I said, that were depending on you all to get them to those frontline jobs, to get them to the grocery store, to get them to the pharmacy to pick up their prescription. So I'm sure I speak for so many people when I say thank you for the work that you do. Jacqueline, the Marcus Performing Arts Center will not only be honoring heroes like healthcare workers, veterans, and other hardworking heroes in our community, as you've stated, you actually are partnering with a number of organizations that will be there with exhibitions to kind of show the public what it is they do every day, so people can be better informed maybe about the police or the fire department, right?
Oh, yes, yes. I mean, we have, I think, nearly 20 different participants that will have booths in the green space of the area down at the Marcus Center. So, like, for instance, there's going to be an exhibit of tiny homes because that's something that is a new initiative in Milwaukee to help veterans have a home. Because I know that homelessness is a big issue many of our returning veterans face. So not only get to see what a tiny home looked like, but if you are interested or you know someone who could benefit from a tiny home, they can learn more about it there. There's even with the Milwaukee Police Department and Milwaukee Fire Department, they'll have things for the entire family in terms of how to keep your personal and your home safe, things that you can do. And there will also be some activities for the kids, so the whole family can come. And I just want to emphasize, it's not just for our frontline workers and the essential employees and all our heroes to attend, but everybody can attend. And there's also going to be some music performed by the Milwaukee Police Department band, so I heard they're pretty good. In addition to that, there's also going to be a naturalization ceremony, and that, I believe, takes part at 3:30. So that's really cool, being able to witness people who have made a commitment to our country, because they'll be the next in line as part of our future heroes, because their children and grandchildren and themselves will be our future bus operators, our future nurses, our future doctors. So that's going to be really cool to see.
Yes, and Tyrone, you have to tell us, getting this type of recognition on Heroes Day, what does that feel like for you?
Well, I'm not one really for recognition. I just kind of go out and do what I'm supposed to do as far as job wise, but it is an honor to be selected as a hero. I feel like we are all heroes, but it's an honor to be chosen by MCTS to be selected on Heroes Day. And I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to it.
Yeah, it's definitely something to look forward to. And getting back to those individuals that you guys work with every day, there have been countless stories of heroism. You've had drivers rescue children who were out on the streets alone. You've had drivers who have recognized that there maybe is someone who's out in the extreme weather who needed a little help. Whatever the case, there have been a number of stories that have made the headlines, and they've all really had to do with those MCTS drivers who went over and beyond their call of duty. So, Tyrone, when you talk to those individuals who are taking on this job as a new driver, of course, we know that safety is important, and we know that having a friendly face and a pleasant personality, all of that's important. But really, there's something about compassion and having a love for community that goes along with this job as well. Would you agree?
Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah, talk a little bit about what you say to those newcomers about all of those things being important.
Well, with my experience as being an MCTS operator, I've been driving 9 years. I've seen a lot on the job as well, but you have to look at each passenger as like a family member. Like when they board your bus, you smile. They're the first face that you see in the morning and probably the last face they see before they go to their family at home as well. So I would just say, just put a smile on your face, because you never know what those individuals are going on throughout their day. So I
Yeah.
would just say, provide the best customer service. And we teach that. Service with a smile. Like, that's what I tell every student that I've trained, that, we have a job to do. Just treat everyone, the way that you would like to be treated. And I stand by that. And I've done that for 9 years, and I haven't had any issues at all. And, people just enjoy riding my bus. I treat it like they're a family member. Like, each family member is going to be on my bus for the 8 hours I drive. So I'm going to get different type of people that are my family. So that's how I treat it. And I enjoy what I do. So.
Yeah, I love that.
He's one of my
Jacqueline,
heroes. I'm sorry, that's why he's one of my,
absolutely.
yeah, yes.
Yeah. So I was going to say to you, Jacqueline, in talking about really making people in the community feel like family, MCTS has a long list of community programs that help make a difference in people's lives every single day. If you think like kicking off the new year, you guys have the Miller Lite free rides that you provide. You work with several local groups and organizations to bring awareness to the issue of human trafficking. And you also provide community listening sessions, which are so very important when you talk about giving people a voice. If they're the ones riding the bus and they're the ones living in the neighborhoods, it's important for you to know what works for them and what may not work for them. So talk about the importance of providing those programs to the community.
Oh, absolutely. You know, with my colleagues like Tyrone and other bus operators, they are literally the eyes and ears of our neighborhoods. They communicate to us what they see. They also let us know what their customers are telling them. And we just wanted to expand upon that and do what we can to help, Milwaukee County be, you know, have a good level of living for all of us. So that's why we have our human trafficking awareness initiative, where we've provided information to not only our operators, like if you see something that might be kind of concerning, this is what you can do to notify dispatch or to help the individual with a special 800 number. Uh, we're doing things with organizations like Northcott Neighborhood House as a sponsor for Juneteenth Day. We've been doing that, oh goodness, I want to say from 14, 15 years, maybe a little bit longer because I can't do math.
Yeah, the list, of course, is
Right,
very long. And
right. But it's about, it's more than just providing transportation services, but it's about making sure that we are helping Milwaukee County residents meet the needs they need, meet their daily needs, be it trying to make sure they get to work, being able to connect to the places that they need to be and want to go, as well as supporting things that are of interest to them and hearing them when they have concerns, and doing our best to make sure that we're meeting their expectations and exceeding our potential.
Yes, and I thank you both for joining us today. Congratulations, Tyrone, on being named one of the heroes for Heroes Day. And I'll go over the details for Heroes Day. Once again, it's at the Marcus Performing Arts Center on Sunday, August 22nd from noon to 5 p.m. on the outdoor grounds at 929 North Water Street. It's free and open to the public, with Saul Newton, the Executive Director of Wisconsin Veteran Chamber of Commerce, serving as the keynote speaker. Thank you again for your time today.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Jacqueline Zeledon is the Communications Manager for Milwaukee County Transit System, and Tyrone Randall is a platform instructor at MCTS. When we return to Our Issues Milwaukee, we'll continue our conversation about local heroes with an organization that has honored over 7,000 veterans with a life-changing trip to Washington, D.C. to experience a day of honor and thanks. We'll check in with our friends from the Stars and Stripes Honor Flight, Wisconsin, right after this.